It's a huge Euro qualifier for Northern Ireland. They're already in the playoffs, but a win could make that path a little bit easier. It's a sunny evening, it's a warm evening. Let's hope it's a victorious evening for the home supporters. The playoffs may be secured, but a win could provide a less difficult path to the Euros in Switzerland next summer. A draw would guarantee Northern Ireland second place in the group, but the manager Tanya Oxtoby says they will be playing to win, and she added that victory could earn them a seeded spot for the first series of playoffs, the draw for which will be made on Friday. Jackie Burns, what a servant she has been. Left Reading recently. There is no doubt that there'll be a queue of clubs looking to sign her up. Has kept clean sheets in 3 of her last 6 appearances for her country. Has played in every minute of the campaign so far. Ashley, she is an incredibly good player, isn't she?
Experience, and especially from a defensive point of view, she's, you know, the rock at the back behind the defence, and yeah, it's great. She's reached that milestone tonight, and alongside many others that have reached 50 caps, but you know, it's a great honour for her.
Well, there's the table, and as we were saying, a win would guarantee second place. In fact, a draw would guarantee second place in the group, but in the wider scale of things, a win would give Northern Ireland a better chance of being seeded. And the teams are emerging on a beautiful sunny evening. Northern Ireland winning 3-1 when these two met earlier in the group, and coming off the back of a victory against Malta last week, confidence will be high. Well, I'm sure the players at this stage just want to get going. Well, let's have a look at the starting 11s for this game. The keeper and back four remain unchanged from the victory away to Malta. Former Glentoran and now Hearts midfielder Jolie Andrews wins her 22nd cap, while Danielle Maxwell wins her 13th. She scored 3 goals and has managed 8 assists in just 7 outings for Cliftonville this season. Nadine Caldwell and Louise McDaniel move to the bench. Kerry Beattie leads the line and hopes to add to her 4 international goals, with her last one coming from a header against Malta. For Bosnia and Herzegovina, Turkey-based stopper Hodzic will hope to stifle the hosts' attack. In front of her is the reliable Inter Milan defender Milkanovic. Up front, Milena Nikolic is a force to be reckoned with, scoring 23 goals in 58 games for her country. In midfield, Marja Aleksic truly runs the show. The final words, the final few bits of encouragement. Ashley, what's it like in that huddle pre-game?
Just, yeah, like Laura Raff will be saying her final bits to the girls and getting them motivated and make sure that they start quickly. But yeah, no, they'll be excited about the game, and no better way to finish off in front of the home crowd.
Our team of officials from Poland this evening. And this will be as friendly as it gets between these two over the next 90 minutes.
Thank you.
Northern Ireland in 48th position in the FIFA rankings. Bosnia in 62nd. Those positions were reflected when these two met earlier in the group, with Tanya Oxtoby's team winning by 3-1. Since November of 2019, Northern Ireland have played 13 European qualifiers, winning 8, drawing 2 and losing 3. And a lot has been made of the youth that is being brought in by Tanya Oxtoby. The average age against Malta on Friday night was just 23. If they win tonight, it will be the first time that they will have ever won back-to-back games under Tanya Oxtoby. They're looking for consistency, they're looking for a victory, and they're looking for, in theory, Ashley, an easier path in the playoffs. That could be important, couldn't it?
Yeah, you know, it's important that we do get the win. Don't believe any coach will go out for the draw. I think they'll want to finish this campaign off with a win, and you know, obviously getting the win in Malta on Friday night, it's important that we continue, and like you say, back-to-back wins would be even better.
Only 3 of the 18 goals they've scored during Tanya Oxtoby's reign have come in the first half. Will you expect another, I won't say slow start this evening, but solid start? Maybe we won't see fireworks in the first half, we may see them in the second.
Yeah, I think Northern Ireland will set up. They'll obviously not want to concede early, and then they'll just bide their time and get into the game, try and build up, try and get on the ball, keep possession of the ball. But you know, I think we're the home team, so we should be the more dominant team.
Well, it's defence first at the moment as Bosnia and Herzegovina try and settle into the game. That was good chasing and good pressure. And Kapitanovic will take the throw in. Halliday watching on. McKenna, who made some vital interventions against Malta on what was a very warm evening, very hot evening in every sense. That's given away. That's not what you want to see from the home team's point of view. Ekic has to go backwards though, and it's interesting actually that there is a very solid looking defensive shape already. Bosnia and Herzegovina have owned the ball over, granted only the 46 seconds we've had, but Northern Ireland made it difficult and made them go backwards, and now they have it again. An attempt at a defence splitter there. They'll have to do better than that, but it's given away, and just as it was on Friday night, it's a slow start in that shot. Well, it didn't really threaten the goal from Ekic, but the fact that she got the ball so easily and was able to get a shot away so easily maybe is a worrying sign. So they'll just want to settle down a bit now, the hosts. Spraying it around with Rafferty, who's a real leader. She's very vocal. She's recently signed for Rangers. Tonight she's making her 49th appearance. And this is probably the wise choice. Just get a feel for the ball. Make sure that the visitors don't really get on it. Rafferty goes forward, the captain. That's some really cool and composed play by the Bosnian fullback. And a good intervention. Halliday got in there. That's what she's good at. She receives it back on the 1-2. Halliday pulls it back, but the defender is in the way. Was that a foul? Polish referee says no. And it's intercepted. And they emerge from the shadows with the ball. Oh, it just didn't quite come, that pass. I think the flag was up anyway. It wouldn't have counted, but that's good to see. Good high pressing, winning the ball back, getting inside the opposition territory.
Yeah, it's great to see Rebecca McKenna so high up the pitch. It's her fullback, you know, and she's in the opposition's box, looking to create things. And you know, it's Halliday linking in well too down the line there. It's a good start by them too.
McKenna, of course, a former teammate of yours, was at Linfield before moving away to England. Was a midfielder as she came up through the ranks. Is now a fullback, as you mentioned, but shows a lot of those midfield skills. Has scored twice for her country. Tonight her 45th appearance, so a very experienced international. Now playing at Birmingham City, was at Charlton.
Yeah, she's obviously developed into the fullback position, although you could say that she plays more like a modern day fullback and likes to get high. But no, she's done fantastic. She was great on Friday night, and you know, she's just one of the solid defenders. And
there is defending to do here. That's a good interception. Now they go on the counter attack. Options to the left and the right. How might get a shot off here? No, tries to thread through a pass. Andrews tried to win the break. That's really good work by Halliday, and it wasn't far away. Keeper, I think, was beaten. Hodzic, good as she is, but luckily for her, it just went wide at the post. Let's have a look. Really good battling by Andrews here. Halliday, who is the player of the match against Malta, carrying good form into this one. Yet to score for Northern Ireland. Has scored 3 in the Women's Premiership and 4 in the All-Ireland Cup this season though for Linfield, so you know better than anyone she's in very good form. Yeah, she's one of our top goal scorers. I think she got top goal scorer last year for Linfield. You know, she's clinical when she does get the chance. Even that there chance there, you know, try to catch the goalkeeper off guard. And almost did. Siskovic. Again, the pressure coming in. It was Holloway. It is at the cost of a corner, but had Holloway let the player through, it could have been far, far worse. Holloway, another one of the Birmingham City contingent in the Northern Ireland squad. Has played in America as well. She was with Birmingham before, has gone back to them now. Corner will be taken by Curso. It's not a bad corner, is it? And it was well defended. Now the visitors are claiming it took a touch on the way, but our Polish referee says no, it didn't, and it will be a goal kick. Stretching ball. Can they get the cross in? Andrews trying to tee herself up. Just showed a little bit of a heavy touch, and Bosnia able to get it away. Every time they have the chance to attack Bosnia and go on the counter-attack, they're slowing it down by maybe 1 or 2 passes around midfield. And it's allowing Tanya Oxtoby's team to get back, and that's, well, not exactly ideal. Dugdale gets it outside. Options there. How Wanted to drop back and get it, but instead it goes to Dugdale. Another defence stretcher. And the chase is on. And Bosnia and Herzegovina have to be very careful here. And it's a corner kick. And it was really good work.
I think that might have been Danielle Maxwell. You know, it was. You kind of thought it was going to go out for a goal kick, and she got herself in there and hit it off the defender, which great play.
A cleverly won corner kick. Great work. Very good work by Maxwell. Corner to be taken here by Holloway. As the fans find their voice. Holloway stands it up. Keeper's completely missed it. There's a scramble on here. And battling for it and winning it back is Rafferty. That's McPartlin, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, I think it might have been Rafferty actually was trying to get herself in there for the header, trying to get it over the line, but just couldn't get it in.
Well, the two of them working hard, and it's turned over again by the host. Dugdale did well. Good passing triangles. Holloway had it, gave it back. They go wide again, making a dart down the line as Halliday. She wanted it and she got it, then left it behind. But Maxwell is in battling again. Well, that's why she was picked for this game. And it's a throw in to Bosnia and Herzegovina. Well, let's have a look at this scramble. I'm not sure you call it a chance, but you certainly call it a scramble. It was Rafferty battling the first time, and then it kind of fell the way of McPartlin. The two of them in the bright pink boots making it confusing for us commentators.
And Bosnia did a great job there, priding the ball out and stopped Rafferty scoring.
Good work again by Beattie. And she wins the throw in for her team. Beattie, the 21-year-old who recently joined Hearts from Glentoran. Potential chance here. Up in the air it goes and out for another corner kick. Anywhere will do for Hasanbegovic. I'm not sure she quite knew where that one was going when it left her shin, but she's a relieved woman because it went out for a corner kick. And it was more of a shin than a boot, wasn't it? And she's really frustrated. Holloway with the corner, giving the signal. Halliday's dropped short as an option. Holloway's corner. It's another decent delivery. And Rafferty got her head on it, but just couldn't direct it goalward. Rafferty yet to score for Northern Ireland. She's come close a couple of times this evening. Keeper attempts to go long, flicked on, goes loose around the middle, and Northern Ireland have it back, but then give it away again, unfortunately. And here go Bosnia Herzegovina on the counter. McKenna gets across, just blocks up that space, makes it difficult, follows the ball, doesn't give up. Rafferty is beaten there, but McKenna is there to back her up, and that's really good defence, really good teamwork.
Yeah, excellent play by McKenna. Although you expect that from her now. I feel like she's just getting better and better. Still very young age too.
Nice to see Rafferty just giving McKenna that bit of encouragement there and saying, you know, thanks for helping me out, thanks for getting me out of a spot of bother.
You can always rely on Rebecca McKenna to do that.
I would suggest that she can run all day. Still only 23, but this is her 45th cap. Holloway. Burns. It's a good through ball, but the keeper read the danger quite well and was sprightly off her line.
It's interesting that Northern Ireland have decided to kind of go long for those. I think that's the third time that they've tried to play that ball in behind. Whether they've done their homework and think that Bosnia maybe are vulnerable in that position, but
well, it was something that they themselves, Northern Ireland, were cut out in away to Portugal, so they've seen it done to them. So they said, you know what, that's something we could use ourselves. And Bosnia-Herzegovina, they do occasionally play a high line, but it's a line that can move quite slowly back into defence. So Tanya Oxtoby has obviously spotted that and is trying to exploit it. Here's Holloway, back to Burns. McParlin. McKenna, another one of those surging runs. Just got away from her teammate. McKenna following it all the way and making it difficult. Maxwell tries to win it back, but it's very good play by Bosnia-Herzegovina. Nice shuffling of the feet there, and then Spasojevic goes long, and they've played one in behind here. Bosnia-Herzegovina trying to get numbers in there to give an option, and that was a really good tackle. It was McKenna who got back. It was a vital intervention because Curso was in on goal after this really good ball through. Nice take and turn, and Nikolic sent it out to the wing. And
yeah, Rebecca McKenna done really well to get back in there. You know, she was heads in front of her there, but could have been in a dangerous position for Northern Ireland there, especially with the player coming in at the box.
Sliskovic was sneaking in at the back post, so that one had to be dealt with by McKenna, and it certainly was. But it is at the cost of a corner. And it beat the player at the near post. That's maybe something Northern Ireland would be disappointed about, but they have it now, and it is Halliday. It broke to her, and Halliday wins the throw-in. McKenna, McPartlin, McKenna. Was she fouled? Yes, she was. Tanya Oxtoby watches on. The playoff spot already secure, but I will just remind you, Northern Ireland want to finish second with a victory because of seeding and all that. I won't go into the full explanation right here because there would be smoke coming out of my ears if I did. But a win is better, much better. However, a draw is not a disaster. Holloway, Dugdale, McPartlin. Such a tidy midfielder, isn't she, McPartlin?
Yeah, and she's only just come back into the squad, you know. She's been out for years. I think Alfie Wiley maybe gave her her first cap, but you know what, she's come in the last, well, on Friday night and then tonight, and she's barely staking her claim in midfield.
Yeah, came back into the squad last March after a 7-year gap since her first cap. Was on the books of Manchester City at one stage, so a quality player, no doubt about that. Has kind of been around the world on her footballing journey. Will that footballing journey be heading towards Switzerland next year? She hopes so, and all of those in green here tonight hope so.
I think what's exciting is they're all young players, you know. We're looking towards the next generation of players, and you know, like of McPartlin there, you know, no better person to replace some of the senior players, and it's important that Tanya Oxtoby gives them the experience for this.
Hodzic. Back to Burns it goes. McKenna's hugging that touchline. You mentioned there that she's a modern fullback. For you centre backs, pretty much nothing has changed, is it? You still have to do all the dirty work that you always did while the fullbacks go and claim the glory.
Yeah, you do the hard graft and then give it to the players that can do the flair to make the game happen. But no, it's yeah, like she's phenomenal. You'll see Rebecca McKenna go up and down. I don't know how many kilometres she covers in a game, but I would say she's one of the top players within the Northern Ireland team, and she's just getting better and better with age, and you know, she's developed into a solid fullback.
Dugdale had some work to do there, and she did it quite well, the 27-year-old.
It's interesting they actually have Dugdale in centre half. Normally she's a full-back, but she's adaptable and she's a player that can play anywhere.
Bosnia Herzegovina turn it over. Maxwell snapping at the heels and going a little bit overboard there. Curso. Into the mixer it goes, and it's headed away. Bosnia Herzegovina win the break, and back in it goes. It's flicked on. There is danger, and it's fair to say the visitors don't make the best of that. While getting in the way was Dugdale. Just got her body between the ball and the goal, and then the pressure was something that Bosnia and Herzegovina couldn't deal with. Here's the manager, Selvir Hodzic, the 45-year-old, appointed just last March, has won 2 out of his 5 games so far. Ball rebounding around the middle. Halliday going after it. And again, just the hard work and the pressure wins a throw-in.
Yeah, they're battling hard in midfield, and you can see that they're doubling up when they're going to contest the ball. But no, it's good work.
I was about to say good control, but it just got away from her. And now here come Bosnia and Herzegovina. There's a runner down that right-hand side. Goes behind her. She's being followed all the way. Can they get a cross in? Again, forced backwards. And again, it's thanks to good pressure. And here's Andrews back to Burns. Burns, who had a couple of those situations to deal with on Friday night. She did it well then as well. Dugdale got it out to McPartlin, and McPartlin gets it out wide. Holloway.
Hearts in the mouth sort of moments there, but you know what, it was dealt with comfortably in the end.
Burns doesn't mind the ball to feet.
McKenna, no, it's one of her assets.
Certainly is. McKenna driving on, has an option inside and out. McKenna still going. McKenna just ran out of pitch, and it is a goal kick rather than a corner. She's really frustrated, isn't she?
She's thinking she should have got a corner. It'd be interesting to see.
For you watching at home, that slope is actually a bit more pronounced than it comes across on TV, isn't it? It's a bit more downhill than it looks. You know that more than anyone.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to go sliding in. You hit the sideboard.
You pick up momentum, it's fair to say. Pitch in absolutely supreme condition. Oh, I thought a break might come the way of the host there, but it just bounced back to the goalkeeper. But Beattie always looks ready to pounce, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's one of those clinical striker, always in, sort of poaching, trying to get any sort of body part onto it, and obviously the rewards on Friday night where she picked up her goal.
Well, she said to her teammates before the game, don't put crosses in, don't try and find my head because I can't really use my head, and she went off then and scored a header. I think she's being modest. I think she's well capable of heading the ball, as she showed on Friday night. But now some defensive nous has to be shown. It is Curso. It's Liskovic. Ball rebounding around. Will they get a shot off? Really good feet. And it's the side netting. Getting across there was Rafferty. Just made the angle that bit tight and forcing Ekic into a shot.
Yeah, you can just see Bosnia starting to get a bit of space actually down their right hand side. Rebecca Holloway's going to have to be on her toes.
Ekic, who's used to these kind of conditions. She plays her football in Melbourne in Australia, yet to score for her country. Went close-ish there. I don't think Burns was ever going to be beaten by it if it was on target, but showed really good feet, really good composure. And it was just Rafferty reading the danger, getting across and putting the pressure on. And in fact, she won the corner kick. A corner kick that will come from Curso, who moves it short. And whatever they had planned, it didn't quite work out.
Yeah, I think Northern Ireland actually got lucky there. They only had one person out. It was 2v1, but thankfully Bosnia had a stray pass that went straight to Jolie.
Andrews getting in the way of it. McPartland, that's a really good ball. And that was good work by the Bosnian, who just got across and shielded the ball and won the throw-in. Once again, it's Sliskovic. It was an unusual pass. It might break for Beattie here. Just couldn't get to it. McPartland tries to make it hers. And something happened off the ball. The referee is not happy. Beattie on the ground. Let's hope she's okay. She might be young, but she is tough. She'll shake that off. They attempt the diagonal. It might break for Rafferty. It does. Oh, she loses it. What can the visitors do? They have numbers forward. And getting in the way of the cross was Halliday.
Well done, Kerry Halliday. Recovery run back. Another one that's helped out her teammate. Spotted the danger and made sure she got herself back in there.
And that's how Beattie picked up her injury. Again, showing no concern for her own safety, trying to block that clearance. As you said, by any means necessary, she kind of wins the tackle, doesn't she? Now, Dugdale. Good ball, slid forward by Andrews. Out for a throw-in.
Yeah, Northern Ireland just struggling to find that final ball there into the striker's feet and trying to link in.
And now Howe is down. Howe, who was the Women's League of Ireland Player of the Month for April. She plays with Athlone, who are currently top. Has a good left foot on her. Recently scored a very good goal against Shamrock Rovers. Another one who would have played with you at Linfield. She was also at Glentoran, played a bit with Sligo Rovers as well.
Yeah, I think she's in fine form for Athlone this season. I think she's scored actually a couple of spectacular goals and pretty much is in the team of the week every week in the Republic of Ireland. So no, it's great to see her starting, and she's another player that's just come back into the Northern Ireland setup, and Tanya Oxby's obviously giving her the opportunity and a chance. So
still only 21. Her potential has no limits, does it? Howe's still receiving some treatment in these breaks. Is it a chance to get some water on board in these conditions, but also some advice from the coach? You can really make the best of it by just kind of resetting things. Yeah,
maybe just the odd one or two tweaks. Tanya Oxby will be passing that information on to the players and just correcting a few of those little minor things that might change the game.
And also Serbia giving some treatment to Nikolic. Let's hope Howe, who also featured for Ballina United, is okay. She looks okay. As you say, she was out of the squad for a wee while. Her recall came in April. It was her first involvement for 3 years. She was only 17 when she won her first cap. That was against Ukraine in March of 2020.
Yeah, I think on Friday night was her first international start, and then she's obviously been given the opportunity tonight as well. So she's a player that Tanya obviously finds exciting, and she's a creative player, so she's definitely one for the future.
Nikolic is okay as well. The 32-year-old plays for Basel, or Bal, however you pronounce it. Both technically correct. This debate has been reigning for many years. Ball slid through by Andrews. Howe went after it. Good sliding tackle. Howe won't give up on it, neither will Andrews. I worked in a radio station before, and a guy rang up and he was very irate. He said, "You keep calling it Bal, it's Basel." So I rang the French embassy, and they said either is correct. Sorry, the Swiss embassy, and they said either pronunciation is correct. McPartland. Holloway. That's a good ball. Andrews. Goes back outside to Howe. Howe teeing up the cross. It looks like a decent one as well. Could be a chance here. Keeper scrambles and tips it away. And she had to, because Beattie was ready to pounce.
Yeah, that was great play by Jolie Andrews and Kerry Beattie in round the edge of the box. Former Glentoran players and now Hearts players, but that link-up play was fantastic.
Not a bad header. One of those ones where the keeper didn't know whether to stick or twist. Howe showing that she's recovered with that good cross. It's Maxwell with the header down and keeper with the save. And they go shortish with the corner. Halliday to Howe. Dugdale. Dugdale stands it up into the box. Half cleared only McPartland. It's dipping, but nowhere near the goal. The idea was good, the execution just a little bit off, but since that break, the enforced one, Northern Ireland have been a lot better.
Yeah, obviously creating a chance for the goalkeeper, had to save it from Danielle Maxwell, and you know, it's exciting to see them starting to get into the opponent's box.
And up until now, all of those goal kicks had gone longish. That was the first time they'd gone with the short and playing out from the back. Options there. Nice little slide rule pass outside, but McKenna gets across. McKenna once again doing well. McKenna once again clearing the lines, because Kapitanovic was looking threatening. And she very cleverly won the throw-in. Hooked forward. McPartland wins the header strongly. Maxwell hunting for it, not giving up on anything. Maxwell thought she'd won the throw-in, but it's just about kept in. They're not giving up on anything, are they? Halliday was also in there fighting for it, but it's still Bosnia and Herzegovina. They're looking for time and space. They're struggling to get either. And McPartland gives, and out to the runner it goes. Howe has a player out wide. Beattie couldn't beat the defender, but does well. Halliday looking for Beattie to run after it, but unfortunately Holloway just got the execution a little bit off. Just lifted over Howe, but McPartland tries to make it hers. Sliskovic, back to the goalkeeper it goes. Andrews couldn't manage to turn over, but did force Bosnia and Herzegovina to go backwards, and the way they're pressing the Bosnians, it is slowing them down. Then they're forced into going long and they give it away.
Yeah, I think Northern Ireland will be happy enough with that if they're going long. They'll clean up and tidy up at the back.
McKenna, McPartland just lost it. It's a shot, but it's easy for Burns. Spasojevic getting a shot away, granted a non-threatening one. Oh, I beg your pardon, it was actually Jelcic. Has scored 4 times in 22 previous appearances for her country. Holloway. Dugdale. Rafferty had to run after that, but she did retrieve. Burns. Dugdale. Holloway. Holloway with the probing ball. It's cut out. Andrews thought she might get to it, but unfortunately couldn't. Howe still chasing. And it's a throw in. So again, the pressure yields a reward.
Yeah, I would like to see actually Rebecca Holloway getting higher up the pitch. Normally she plays like the modern day fullback, but she's a little bit deeper tonight. With her left foot, you know, you kind of need that balance on the left hand side. But in the case of Howe, she's right foot dominant, so you know, I think it'd be good to see Rebecca come up higher the pitch.
McKenna back to Burns. Rafferty. Holloway. Rafferty. Burns. The crowd growing throughout the match. A 6 o'clock kickoff means that I suppose people can drift in out of work. Holloway. Fair play to those honest employees who didn't sneak off early. Dugdale. Back it goes. Burns. Oh, risky from Burns. She's given it away. Now, can Bosnia take advantage? The answer is very much no. Jelcic, who had that shot a couple of minutes ago, had a golden opportunity there. She could have even carried it for a few yards and then chipped it, but just maybe panicked a bit.
Yeah, very, very risky there. Have to look after the ball.
Burns. Rafferty. Burns. Will they go long? Yes, they will. Breaks kindly for Northern Ireland. But that's a good tackle. They will win it back. It's McKenna, who's popping up everywhere. Good play. McKenna again. Had the support. Played forward. Halliday. Halliday slips it to her teammate, who tries to make her way through, but she was just crowded out. Intercepted again. Holloway. Still Holloway. Just got away from Holloway, who chases back. McPartland was waiting, but she was beaten. And that's a really good ball. There is danger here for Northern Ireland. She's had a couple of chances, and just like the previous two, she misses the third. Jelcic, who is looking dangerous, she's full of running. Her accuracy has let her down so far.
Yeah, Bosnia obviously identified that Rebecca Holloway was out of position and moved it out there to the right. Obviously Laura Rafferty came across and provided that cover and did enough to put her off.
Really good surging through, really good ball by Exic. But Inter Milan's Maja Jelcic couldn't take advantage. Just gets away from Howe. Well, Tanya Oxtoby said that they would not play for a draw. She has been true to her word, but they have been opened up on a few occasions.
Yeah, I think it's important that Northern Ireland stays solid in defence and again just look to build into the game again. I think the last sort of 5 minutes been a little bit slack.
Rafferty. McKenna. A player who will pretty much guarantee that you will get up the pitch. Rafferty. And Bosnia and Herzegovina have obviously spotted that, because anytime McKenna is on it, there's 2 or 3 around her. The good news is that leaves space for someone else. Holloway. Beattie couldn't turn and is dispossessed. Back to the keeper it goes. And Bosnia get out and avoid the press. And here's Sliskovic. Milkinovic Try and spray it across. Header one. And it's cleared by Rafferty. Beattie chasing, as she does every time. And sometimes it breaks for you, sometimes it doesn't. But just one lucky bounce is all it can take sometimes. Can they make their own luck here? Here's Howe. Nice turn inside by Howe. Beattie's up top, she wants it. Howe takes on the shot herself, and the keeper makes a comfortable save.
Yeah, Casey just looking to come in on her dominant foot there. Obviously she scored goals like that for Athlone, but just couldn't quite get the connection on it.
Well, we know she can strike them well, as you said, Ashley. Sadly didn't quite catch that one. Northern Ireland have won it back, much to their credit. Here's McPartlin. Can they get out of this corner? Yes, they can, because they've won a free kick. Rafferty, McPartlin. McPartlin looking for a runner. That runner is Beattie. Breathing down the neck of the defender, who had to be careful and was, but again, just that press, and I know it's a word I've used several times throughout the first half, but that's what it is. That press is successful, and they keep Bosnia and Herzegovina pinned back. McKenna wins it back. McKenna, Andrews, back to McKenna. McKenna squaring up. McKenna finds Beattie. Beattie's offside, I'm afraid.
Yeah, great play there by intergroup play by Jolie Andrews and Rebecca McKenna. I think Rebecca McKenna's covered every blade of grass in this half, in the first half. Definitely one of the stars.
Well, I don't think anyone can have any complaints. I don't think this was a close call. Let's have a look anyway. McKenna really taking the fight to the visitors. A bit too much on that, and Burns will just escort it out over the line. Dugdale. Holloway. Dugdale. Burns. Rafferty. Burns. Rafferty. Maxwell. Once again crowded out, doubled up on, but did well, won a throw-in. Dugdale. Holloway. Dugdale. McPartlin. Rafferty. McKenna. McKenna, who seems to have gone into a more central position. Back to McPartlin, who goes out wide and just couldn't quite pick the pass.
Yeah, she's kind of come inside for... Not sure if that's a tactical change or whether she's just finding herself in those pockets of space.
Inverted wingers, as they're now called. McPartlin wins the header. Probing ball cut out. Well and bravely won, but then unfortunately lost. What have Bosnia and Herzegovina got here? Well, they've got Dugdale to face. She's chasing back, gets it to Burns. Burns finds the pass. Dugdale receives again. Has to be careful, and it just got away from Andrews. And they might get another shot away here. That's a good slide through. Burns upper line. Good save. Good play by the goalkeeper.
Maybe it looks like it was offside in the end, but Bit of a loose pass there into the middle. Northern Ireland can't afford to give away the ball in those dangerous areas.
And Nikolic went for it, as you would expect her to do. But Burns was brave. Howe. Holloway. Dugdale. Burns. Rafferty. Intercepted, but won back by Andrews. Or, beg your pardon, it wasn't Andrews. But now it's McKenna. McKenna has a look across. Might fall here, flicked on. Andrews battling for it, but the defender got in the way. Sliskovic read the danger very well. Andrews was about to launch herself at that, but the Bosnian got in the way. Here's Howe. Howe, fast feed, squares it. Andrews! No, oh, so close. It was a really good shot. The keeper was beaten. Andrews unlucky.
Yeah, great play by Casey Howe there, and into Kerry Halliday, and she set it off to Jolie Andrews. Just unfortunate not to get it on target.
Very, very, very unlucky, Jolie Andrews. Almost scoring her second goal for her country. Now they'll want to avoid conceding one. Dink ball forward, cut out. Here's Andrews. Andrews carries. Good ball. Howe chases. Can Howe get there? Yes, she can. Northern Ireland have numbers in the box. Howe taking on the defender. Holloway. Holloway. Good save by the goalkeeper. And it broke to white rather than green, but it's out for a throw-in.
It's a positive last couple of minutes for Northern Ireland. Jolie Andrews hitting the crossbar, Rebecca Halliday having a shot on target. Great way to finish this half.
McKenna. Dropping short was Halliday providing the option, but comes back to McKenna. Throw in for Northern Ireland. McKenna. Andrews. Andrews showing good composure here. Showing very good composure. Was she fouled by Curso? No, but it is a throw in anyway.
I think Jolie Andrews is growing into the game as the game's gone on. She's starting to get on the ball and show her qualities.
McPartlin. McPartlin cut out. Strong header won by Rafferty. And that's a foul and a free kick to the visitors. Played over the top, but Northern Ireland were set. However, it does break kindly for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Good ball inside, but it went up in the air. Just a complete lack of control, and McKenna gets it away. Nikolic, the captain, it maybe came to her a little bit quicker than she thought. She wasn't quite set for it. McPartlin. Runners break forward. They want this one delivered. Andrews. Andrews does well. Lost her footing, regained her composure. It's a deep cross. Beattie's waiting. Back to the keeper it goes.
Yeah, all the space actually was down the left-hand side there, but Northern Ireland just couldn't get the ball out. To Casey Howe, who's in the last sort of 5 minutes has created a few opportunities.
So half-time, Northern Ireland 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. What that would mean if that was the case at full-time is that Northern Ireland would still finish second in the group, but the potential to be a seed is far less. What about the game itself? What have you made of it, Ashley?
I think probably the last 5 minutes for Northern Ireland's been the most exciting of the half. Julie Andrews hitting the crossbar and Rebecca Holloway getting a shot. It's a good way to go into the half, and hopefully Northern Ireland come out in the second half. Might see a few changes. Quite a lot of those players started on Friday night, but you know, it's been positive.
Well, you mentioned some of those highlights. We'll get a look at them in just a second. It is a very warm evening though, so I imagine half-time, the first few minutes will be about getting some water on board and just catching your breath.
Yeah, just regroup. Obviously they'll go in. Tanya obviously have her tactical decisions to make, but yeah, I think Northern Ireland will be confident enough after that first 45 minutes.
What would you like to see more of in the second half from Northern Ireland?
I think we've actually went down the right hand side quite a bit. I know Rebecca McKenna's done really well in the link up play with Danielle Maxwell and Kerry Halliday, but actually I think we've had quite a lot of success when we go down the left hand side with Rebecca Holloway and Casey. So I think we need to obviously look to come out both sides of the pitch, and you know, but that would be the only real change.
Saw a few jerseys floating around the city centre earlier this afternoon. Good to see that those wearing the jerseys made their way to the stadium for this game, and the sprinkler is on at half time. So scoreless at the break, and I'm sure that at half time when they're chatting in the dressing room they'll concentrate on the positives.
Yeah, like I'm sure they'll go in and obviously talk about those last two opportunities, and you know, they'll look at maybe some tweaks that maybe they'll have to do tactically, but you know, I think Northern Ireland have been comfortable enough, minus the odd loose pass in the defence. Okay,
let's have a look at the best of the action from the first half. A couple of decent chances for Northern Ireland. Bosnia had a couple of chances as well, but this is some good running by Howe, trying to find a good ball through. And then that shot, which wasn't particularly far away from Halliday. Andrews battling there. Halliday winning it back, getting the shot off. And the keeper may or may not have saved it. We'll never know. So here's a bit of a scramble from a corner kick. Rafferty involved there. Kind of broke out. McPartlin had to chase after it. The corner from Holloway. Rafferty just launched herself at that, and well, luckily for the visitors there was a defender in the way. That defender was Hasan Begovic. I'm not sure she knew too much about blocking that one. Bosnia have attempted to stretch the defence with balls over the top, but also good balls like that. And McKenna, look at her making up the ground to get the block in here. She's played very well tonight.
Yeah, she first got there to get back. It was a great recovery run. Put her body on the line.
She certainly did. She's been very decent in a defensive and attacking sense this evening. And they got in here with some fancy footwork. And again, Rafferty just got something on it on the way to goal. I actually didn't see it in real time at the time, but Rafferty got a toe or something on this and diverted it away from the face of goal. Burns may well have saved it anyway, but Rafferty, as the defender, had to make sure, didn't she? She got a decent contact on it, because if it just clipped off her, it might have snuck into that bottom corner. Beattie just couldn't quite get to this. The keeper had to deal with it and tip it away. Again, good work from Howe out on that left-hand side. Maxwell nodding it down. Whether or not she was aiming it on target or trying to nod it down into the path of Beattie, I'm not sure, but either way it almost went in.
Yeah, hard to tell from that.
I think maybe Northern Ireland got their allocation of luck on Friday night with that goal against Malta, the own goal. So Burns playing a bit of roulette here, but not getting caught out. That one needed to go up in the air rather than be rolled along the ground, but Jelsic couldn't get the significant lift or elevation on the shot. Partlet beaten there, but has worked incredibly hard throughout this first half. And here is Jelsic again. She's had a few opportunities. Again, Rafferty just putting the pressure on, making it difficult, tightening the angle. Dugdale back to Burns. And just giving it away here and causing problems for themselves. Dugdale's ball out of defence was intercepted. And Jelsic slid it through, but Burns was off her line. Now that was flagged offside. But still, Andrews desperately unlucky here, wasn't she? It was a good shot.
Yeah, it was great. Great effort. Probably the closest we've come all night.
Just inches away from taking the lead. That wasn't a bad effort from Holloway. And Howe rolling this one out to Holloway. And anytime a keeper parries it like that, you're nearly always expecting Jerry Armstrong to tap it in, as he did in 82.
You're looking your striker there to sniff it out and just tap it in, but just unfortunate in that occasion we didn't have a green shirt around it.
Yeah, was it 82 or 86? It was 82, wasn't it, that goal against Spain?
Your question.
Spain 82, it was Spain 82. I've spoken to Jerry many times about it. Right, will I be speaking to him about a victory here? Let's hope so, but at the moment that is not the case, but still a full 45 plus injury time to come. Half time, Northern Ireland 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. Welcome back for the second half of Northern Ireland against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Scoreless at the break. And remember, a draw will keep Northern Ireland in second place, but they want to win because that will give them a chance of a better seeding. The draw for the playoffs, and there is 2 rounds of playoffs, will be made on Friday. Ashley, nice to be in it, but you'd like to be in a better position now that you're there.
Yeah, I think, you want to go into these competitions in the best position that you can be in. So I think Northern Ireland can't settle for a draw. They need to go for the win, and it's important that they give themselves the best chance in the next round.
And no matter what happens, even if they lose tonight, they are in the playoffs, but just want to improve their positioning just a little bit. Bosnia and Herzegovina had some chances in the first half, and now they're looking to create one in the second at the start. Holloway shepherding that one back over the line.
It's interesting, a few clips there have been showing Simone McGill and Cara Hamilton on the bench, but it doesn't look like they've been stripped out. Whether or not there's injuries there, or there's 2 key players from Northern Ireland that possibly won't be playing tonight.
That's intercepted, but Northern Ireland catch a break. Beattie sprays it out wide. It's a really good ball. It's Howe. Andrews is in the middle. Howe squares for Andrews. It's 1-0. She hit the crossbar in the first half, but she has not been denied in the second. Jolie Andrews makes it Northern Ireland 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0.
What a great time to score. Casey Howe down the left-hand side. We talked about it. That's where the space has been, and she took her time, and then she thought about it, and then she passed it in perfectly for Jolie Andrews on the end of that.
Andrews with her second goal for Northern Ireland. Howe did brilliantly to create that second goal.
Could say it's on a plate for Jolie Andrews. She couldn't have missed it.
Well, she was desperately unlucky not to score in the first half, and she will feel maybe karma was at play there to have such an easy chance presented to her in the second, but she still had to put it away, and that's exactly what she did. A Premiership title with Glentoran last term, and as we say, in very good form. 6 goals and 7 assists in 14 games for the Glens this season. She's brought that goal scoring form into the international setup. 17 matches since her last goal at this level. That was up to now her only goal. That came in a 3-1 defeat in a World Cup qualifier in Austria. So let's hope that they avoid defeat this evening, and that's not a sign or anything like that. And I'm sure Hearts fans watching on are excited by what they've seen from Jolie Andrews, given that she recently has signed for them.
Yeah, it's great to see Jolie Andrews get across the water. She's been one of our top talents for the last couple of years, and I think she's just bided her time, and she's matured, and she's completed her university studies, and I just think it's the right time for her to go across the water and gain that experience.
And she said that in an interview with the club YouTube channel, actually, that with university and everything complete, that she wanted this challenge now, and as you say, it has come at the right time. And the goal has certainly come at the right time. There's never a wrong time, is there? Visitors going a little bit more direct, probing and searching for this equaliser. Rafferty cannons off a Bosnian player. The cross takes a touch on the way, bounces around. It's inviting. It's an easy save by Burns. It fell for Kaptanovic, but she couldn't take full advantage. There was a scramble, they just couldn't quite get it away. Kaptanovic couldn't beat Burns. Beattie again on the shoulder of the defender, almost getting in there. Well, they're on their way to the playoffs. Northern Ireland have won just 1 of their 6 matches at home since Tanya Oxtoby took over, and the home form is something that no doubt they'll want to improve on. A victory tonight would help that considerably. They're looking to get to the Euros for the 2nd time in a row, and of course They're up against a team tonight that have never been to a major tournament. Maxwell was making a break, but they couldn't find her. Just too many bodies in the way. Andrews hunting again. Alexic had to go backwards because there was no option forward. Andrews was just all over her there. Well, it's a football cliche, but now is probably the most dangerous time for Northern Ireland. You're always vulnerable after you concede, as they say. As a defender, I'm not sure if you buy into that, Ashley. And Burns, well, lost it, but then regathered.
Yeah, well, I think you see it in week in, week out in international football and even in the Premiership. You know, I think you just have to try and calm yourself, put the foot on the ball, and obviously not give the other team an opportunity.
That is dangerous, but Dugdale gets away with it. It's a free kick anyway. Just when the arm stretched out and the opposition player went down, you thought, could that be a penalty? Then there was a little petulant kick on the ground. McPartlin found her teammate. That teammate is Halliday. Breaks kindly here. It's Maxwell. Just couldn't quite beat the defender. Got away from her a little bit. It was always difficult after that. Bosnia on the counter-attack. The player who missed that chance a couple of minutes ago, Kaptanovic, playing it in behind, but McKenna is there, and McKenna wins the throw-in. Well, what do you do after going 1-0 up? Do you kind of sit back and soak it up? Or do you go and try and kill the game?
It's difficult. Obviously Bosnia have to come forward now. That might create more chances in behind for Northern Ireland. I think Northern Ireland just have to be patient, and when they do get those opportunities to go forward, they're more clinical in those going forward. But no, I think we just need to relax and just be composed on the ball and bide our chances.
Back to Burns. Oh, Burns has to be careful here. And she got it away. McKenna confidently carries. That's a really good ball. Andrews. Dugdale. Howe hugging the touchline, rolling it down the line for McPartlin, or beg your pardon, that's actually Holloway. Holloway in behind, looking for Halliday. Halliday did really well and combines with Holloway, which is not in any way confusing for commentators. Holloway, she bundled over, referee says no. Halliday has stuck it back, tries to set up Beattie, but the keeper dives on it.
Right idea, just couldn't obviously get the pass to Beattie, but she's done well.
Just didn't give up on that, did she, Halliday?
I think that's been the characteristics for Northern Ireland all night. I think they've battled hard and worked hard collectively as a group, and you know, if someone gets beat, their teammates behind them to back them up.
McPartlin. Ball down the line. Chasing after it is Beattie. Can she get there? The answer is yes. Beattie just lost control of it. Bosnia get it away, but only as far as Maxwell. It was always going to be a difficult one to get under control. They are profiting on the wings, aren't they, Northern Ireland? Well, here's that kind of half chance for Halliday. Holloway was bundled over. Halliday continued the chase. Just tried to square it and pull it back for Beattie or Maxwell, who was there, but keeper did well. Holloway. Back to Holloway. Fires it away. Beattie tried to flick it on, but didn't get enough on it. Not sure there was anyone behind her, even if she did get something on it. And the visitors probe down that right-hand side and then give it away to Dugdale, who gives to Holloway. Her ball out of defence is intercepted. Andrews battling for it. Halliday trying to close down. Beattie now also on the chase. This is one to deal with for McParland, and she does. McParland closes down the Bosnian player and doesn't allow her to get a shot away.
Yeah, I think it's important that Northern Ireland don't drop too deep. Just see the last couple of minutes that they've started to drop deeper and deeper, but I think they need to be higher up the pitch to create those chances going forward.
Bosnia and Herzegovina have come into this one off the back of a good result, a scoreless draw with Portugal, but you wonder how interested Portugal were in that game. Beattie very interested in this ball up top. Beattie. Will it be a corner or a throw-in? It will be a corner, and that's really clever from Beattie.
Yeah, you can just see that link-up play from Julie Andrews and Kerry Beattie. They obviously play club football together, and they're about to play for Hearts as well. So another Hearts player just about to come on the pitch, Lauren Wade. She'll be an exciting player in addition to the game.
Lauren Wade winning her 65th cap. She scored 12 goals, has scored 3 in her last 6 internationals, so she's in really good form.
Yeah, I think she's just come on for Danielle Maxwell as the replacement there.
And Maxwell, she left it all out there tonight, didn't she?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Lauren Wade will play on the left or play on the right, and Casey Howe might come over to her more dominant side.
Well, Wade says she loves taking on players and is very attack-minded. So that is not a backward step from Tanya Oxtoby. Holloway's corner. Flicked away, but only as far as Andrews. Andrews' ball back into the box is dealt with. Halliday wins it back. That kind of leaves it behind, under pressure. Bosnia and Herzegovina on the counter-attack. You can see Northern Ireland getting back in their numbers. Halliday making it difficult and just keeping the player out. Roll down the line. It's Ekic. Ekic. Burns saves again. She's been equal to anything thrown at her so far. Burns. Ekic, the latest one to try.
Yeah, I think it's been a very comfortable night. Most of the shots have gone straight into Jackie Burns' hands. It will take something special to beat Jackie Burns.
Ekic, who turned 25 just last month. Burns up in the air. Where will the bounce take it? Really good battling again by Beattie, chasing after it as Wade. She's not long on the pitch, but there wasn't much she could do about that. As you say, she's recently gone to Hearts. She's also played in Sweden and previously for Glasgow City, so a very experienced player.
Yeah, she's probably one of the most experienced players on the pitch tonight. Now Lauren Wade's one of those players that just performs back to back, and she always seems to get on the score sheet for Northern Ireland, so it'd be great to see her add to her tally.
The Swedish league is incredibly strong. Here's McPartland, good ball. Andrews, that's a decent ball as well. Pulled back towards Beattie, but the flag is up. Howe thought she had assisted again, but just needed to check her run a bit.
Yeah, it's great play by Julie Andrews again. I think she's come out on fire the second half. Her wee link-up play, this is what she does excellently for club football, and you know, Hearts are very lucky to have Julie Andrews join their side.
Hoisted over to this near side. carry. But again, the hosts get back. What can Curso do to try and open up the defence? Not much. Northern Ireland looking comfortable at the moment as Milkanovic comes through. Holloway keeping the pressure on. Into the box it goes. Burns has to be careful, and is, and that again is comfortable. McKenna. Dugdale. Tidy ball to McPartlin. McPartlin carries. Dugdale was on the right. And it's lost unfortunately by Halliday. McPartlin tries to win it back. And that's really good play by McPartlin. Wade, her first carry of the match. And it almost came to Howe.
Yeah, I think Brennan McPartlin's done fantastic tonight. She's just been hoovering up everything in there in centre midfield. She's been solid. Nothing's really gone past her, and she's been a tidy on the ball as well. She's definitely one of the stars for the future.
Curso wanted it. Kaptanovic kept it. Comes back to Kaptanovic. Curso, Kaptanovic. And that's away. But back to where it came, and Kaptanovic had Curso running, but it was a poor ball. Now Northern Ireland on the counter-attack. Howe is up top, she wants it. Beattie is joining her too. And it was it's always the wrong option when you don't complete the pass, but she'll be disappointed with that, Halliday. She's played well generally tonight.
Yeah, it's one of those. The space was out on the left-hand side. I think Lauren Weird was looking to get on the run, but she obviously chose to come down the right-hand side.
McPartlin. Dugdale. Just keen to slow it down, take the sting out of it. Evaporate all hope from the visitors. McKenna, who hasn't been as involved in attack in the second half. I would imagine that is more by design than accident. Full of running in the first half. McPartlin, worth the effort.
Yeah, it's interesting. It looks like Dugdale's actually come further out to the right this half, so whether or not there's been a formation change, and that McKenna's playing a wee bit more central.
Keeper needs to be careful, and really isn't. It gives away a corner kick.
Holloway, she's put in some great corners so far in the match, so hopefully this will be another good delivery. Northern Ireland can make contact.
Halliday is there as a short option if she wants, but her corners have been very, very good. What's it going to be? Short to Halliday or into the box? Judging by the signal, into the box. Flicked away at the near post. Halliday. McPartlin couldn't quite steer it through the sea of bodies. Gets away from Halliday. And Bosnia get lucky, I think. And now they go on the break. Northern Ireland have enough back there to deal with it. Ekic trying to turn, trying to probe, but forced backwards. McPartlin not allowing the player to pass, getting back to help out Halliday. Bit of a wild slash at that one. And it is just about kept in play. Credit to Sliskovic. But then she was crowded out. Here's Andrews. Halliday wants it. Has an option out wide as well. Andrews continues her run in behind, as does Howe. They are checking their runs though. Here's Andrews. Not sure what the aim was there. Maybe she thought Howe was kind of going on an arc run off the wing, but didn't quite work out. Was there an appeal for a handball? Intercepted by McKenna, who has pressed high, gives it to Halliday. Halliday dispossessed.
She had to go inside there. I think it was Kerry Beattie looking at in defeat, and I'm sure she would have given her back.
Andrews wins it back, but just had too many players to beat. Bosnia and Herzegovina beginning to give it away a bit more, beginning to look a bit tired. But here they come, looking to get some energy out of a goal, but it won't quite work out in this occasion. McKenna. Dugdale. McKenna. Rafferty. Burns. McKenna. Beattie laid it off to McPartlin. McPartlin with the defence splitting pass, but the keeper got out. Here's McPartlin again. Halliday. McPartlin. Halliday. Dugdale. McKenna. Rafferty. Burns. McPartlin was wide open. They might catch a break here. Howe had to stay onside, she did. It's Wade. Wade! It's 2! She's done it again!
That's clinical by Lauren Wade. Expect her to score in those positions. It was great play again by Northern Ireland. Questionable whether or not there was an offside, but I think Howe just maybe delayed and pulled back and let Lauren Wade go on to it.
4 goals and 7 internationals for Wade. It's not a bad strike rate, is it? They did catch a break. You can see Howe just checking her run, staying out of the way, and Wade gliding it past the keeper. He was just too powerful to stop. It's looking very good for Northern Ireland now. A win will see them finish in 2nd position. And how good a seeding that will give them, well, we won't know until everything's wrapped up tonight. Caldwell is in. She will probably be disappointed that she didn't start, but now she has the chance to finish it.
Yeah, I think Northern Ireland are looking at it as a squad game now. Everyone's getting minutes on the pitch, and also Tanya Oxby still exploring and experiment with her team. But you know, Nadine Caldwell's one of those solid players to come on with experience.
Halliday goes off. She worked incredibly hard this evening and did some really good things.
Yeah, another one that's, you know, young player, great future ahead of her, and you know, she worked tirelessly tonight. Would have loved to have seen her get on the score sheet, but you know, that time will come for her, and you know, it's exciting to see these young players come through the Northern Ireland setup, and you know, she's definitely one of those players that can make it big in England.
Well, I suppose you want to solidify things at this stage when you're 2-0 up. Nadine Caldwell will certainly do that, winning her 87th cap. Came through the Linfield Academy before joining Glentoran. Would probably be plus 100 at this stage, but she went to Australia.
Yeah, her and Demi Vance should be probably on 100 caps, but they decided to explore options in Australia. But you know, it was great whenever they both came back into the Northern Ireland setup, and the experience and quality that they both bring to the squad. It's, you know, it's vital. Nadine's also one of those bubbly personalities, you know, that's just great to have around from a squad perspective.
She's also a bit of a contradiction. I'll explain that. She's a Chelsea fan, but her favourite player is Paul Scholes, and her favourite coach is Jurgen Klopp.
I didn't even know that.
Bosnia and Herzegovina looking for a way back into this game, but McPartlin denies them, for now anyway. Also played futsal for Northern Ireland. She said she just did it to get fit, but really enjoyed it and ended up playing at an international level. She's just one of those people, isn't she? She doesn't do things in half measures. That takes a deflection off Rafferty and goes out for a corner kick.
Yeah, I think actually she decided to play futsal and wasn't sure whether or not she was going to come back into the international setup, but you know, I think she's too good of a player to not be back into the team.
A deserved 2-0 lead. They'll want to hang on to it. It's a header, but it's nowhere near the goal, and Burns glad to leap up in the air and take it. And does the right thing, doesn't she? Just hangs on, doesn't rush her pass out or throw out or kick out as it turns out to be. McKenna back to Burns. Burns has to scramble after this and gets there.
Yeah, recovered well there. A bit of a loose pass from Rebecca McKenna, but Jackie done well.
First time for everything here is Caldwell. McKenna. From Rafferty back to McKenna. It's a good ball. Here's McKenna with room to move into. That's a good drift in behind. It is Howe. Howe. Still Howe. Looking for options. Howe. Just couldn't find a green jersey.
Yeah, I think Casey maybe could have played the reverse pass into McKenna there and give it back to her, but still done well.
Andrews is offside. Well, they've shown good energy level for a team that played in really hot conditions on Friday night.
Yeah, like, you know, I think you kind of maybe would have thought that Tanya maybe would have brought on more subs, but no, Northern Ireland fitness levels are obviously extremely high, and you know they've done very well. Bosnia obviously had the harder of the ties against Portugal, so you kind of hope they'll tire more than Northern Ireland.
More defensive work to be done here. And flashes wide. I don't think Burns was ever particularly perturbed by the shot from Nikolic, the captain. The Republic of Ireland have gone 1-0 up at home to France. Denise O'Sullivan on home ground in Cork with the goal.
It's a great result if they can hold on.
Portugal 2, Malta 1 in the other game in the group, but that kind of doesn't have any bearing on this. Malta, who came to this stadium not so long ago and got a scoreless draw. Wade. They're in behind again. Howe's in the box. Andrews. Andrews at pace. Andrews might have to recycle this one. And she does the clever thing. Rafferty. McKenna. You get the feeling there's more goals for Northern Ireland as McKenna steams forward. Dugdale. Dugdale with a decent looking cross. And the header from Beattie goes wide.
Yeah, I think Northern Ireland obviously can be more relaxed on the ball and spread the ball across and maybe bide their time and pick that clinical opportunity to maybe create that chance. But I feel like if anyone's going to score, it's going to be Northern Ireland.
Change being made by Bosnia. Husic about to come in, replacing Alexic. Will that spark them into life? They have had chances tonight, they just haven't taken any and haven't taken advantage when there has been a little bit of uncertainty in the Northern Ireland defence. It is an evolving game plan under Tanya Oxtoby. And when you play out from the back, it does come with its risks. Husic, by and large, a midfielder winning her 6th cap for her country tonight. Falls out for Curso. Curso trying to have a run and doing relatively well. But that run is ended by Rafferty, who got across. Well, I've no doubt you'll be watching on eagerly on Friday when that draw is made, hoping that the route is kind. But I guess when you get to this stage, the playoffs, it's not going to be an easy route, but it could be easier. That's tipped over by Burns. The shot was an ambitious one.
Yeah, I think you even see it in the men's Euros. There's no such thing as an easy game at international football. So I think, yeah, we'll be waiting closely on Friday, like all the other Northern Ireland fans. But you kind of hope we'll get the rub of the green.
Saban Nagac with the shot. Burns with the save. More work for Burns to do here. She's lost it, but she might argue she was fouled. In fairness, she recovered very, very well. They've had a few long rangers, a few shots. Saban Nagachu had that last one, yet to score for her country. Went relatively close there.
It's interesting that Rebecca McKenna has went more central and they've moved Rachel Dugdale out right. Whether Tanya Oxby's looking to explore her team and see how Rachel does in the full-back position, but it's an interesting swap, especially because Rebecca McKenna was getting so much success.
Well, as we were saying before that shot, and as you clarified, there's no such thing as an easy draw. You're just looking for a slightly less difficult one if you can. Caldwell, well, that was clever. Chased after it and made sure it was a throw-in rather than a goal kick. Howe chasing. I'm sure her stats will make for interesting reading after this game. Like, well, pretty much everyone else in green tonight. She's covered every blade of grass on this wonderful surface. Wade wins it back. That's Andrews. Rafferty. Back out to Dugdale. Rafferty. McKenna. Off the line towards Caldwell, but it just got away from her. Defending to do here. And Rafferty just smacks it away. Ashley, sometimes you just need to get it away.
Yeah, if in doubt, just get it out.
They can't score from the technical area, as the saying doesn't go, but it's the same thing. Rafferty again getting across and again doing what she needs to do. Putting her body on the line, Rafferty, she knew that she was going to be collided with, but still went for it full-blooded anyway. Ekic, the player who made contact, not on purpose, granted. $2,216 in to watch Tanya Oxtoby's team so far, leading this game. Hopefully for the playoff games I should say. Hopefully it will be games rather than game at home. That number will rise considerably. It's flicked on, work to do, and it's a free kick to Northern Ireland. Again, it being holiday time and just after work time, I imagine that maybe affected the crowd a little bit attendance wise.
Yeah, I think it's just that time of the year, everyone goes out on holiday, and it's just gone the 12th of July and most people like to get out into the sunshine or abroad, so no, you can see the numbers, especially for the qualifying games. There'll be more fans come out to support the girls in green.
They're possibly saving themselves for those playoff games, as we mentioned as well.
Bit of retaliation there from the Bosnian player. They took Lauren Wade by surprise.
I'm sure Lauren Wade doesn't mind it is a yellow card for Saban Nagic. Who can't blame fatigue, she's not on that long. Good experience from Lauren Wade, just to give the referee the eyes, give her the look, draw the attention to it.
Yeah, I think the player's very lucky there because she reacted and really looked like she kind of swung the fist towards Lauren Wade, but just didn't connect.
Northern Ireland goal tonight, Wade. Is it the one that seals victory and seals second spot in this group? McPartlin. Good composure by McPartlin. Rafferty directing the traffic Schweinsteiger style. Burns. McPartlin. Good ball over the top. Chases on. Can Wade get there? Flag is up anyway.
Yeah, I think McPartlin's done exceptionally well tonight. She's looked very comfortable in the midfield and she's looking to receive the ball and she's been able to arrange a pass and she's went long, she went short, and you know she's done very, very well.
They sit back, then they press. Andrews goes hunting again. Beattie, who's as energetic now as she was in the first minute. Good ball out wide. Holloway goes across to engage. Holloway sticking with the runner all the way now. McPartlin coming in to give a bit of a hand. And while they don't get the ball back, they do force Bosnia and Herzegovina backwards, but they'll try and find another route through. That stood up, and Burns comes flying out with the punch. It might have been unorthodox, but it was effective. That's a long ranger, and it poses no danger. Hasan Begovic with that shot. Scored on 13 previous occasions for her country. Her sister is actually also in the squad. She's a backup goalkeeper. It's lifted up in the air, but headed away. It's all about seeing it home now. Caldwell. It's rebounding around. It's like a game of pinball in the middle. Wade. Andrews. McPartlin. Wade has done really well since coming in. I mean, even outside the goal.
Yeah, no, she's done exceptional on the left-hand side. She's naturally give us that balance on the left-hand side, which I think is important. But you know, she looks after the ball and makes the right decisions.
They didn't look after the ball particularly well there. They hope to get away with it. Can the visitors create a chance? Plenty of green jerseys get around the ball and behind the ball. The danger not gone yet though. McKenna gets in the way. We'll have to do more work here, and she does. McPartlin away. Hasan Begovic doesn't shoot this time, and Andrews just crunches in there, and then McPartlin backs her up and she's fouled, and it's a free kick, and that's really tenacious defending.
Yeah, it's clever play by Brenna there. She just took the foul, take the sting out of the game, and again just waste another couple of seconds in the game.
She's been one of the top performers out there this evening, McKenna. And a couple of switches made by Bosnia to try and liven things up, to try and rescue something from this game. those seedings, by the way, they could be decided by goal difference or points. So not just important to win this game, but the margin of it could be a deciding factor as well. A break in play. And Tanya Oxtoby giving the instructions. 2-1 now to the Republic of Ireland against France in Cork. Julianne Russell, who scored against England last Friday night, scoring the second for the Republic of Ireland tonight. Julianne Russell, who would have featured in the All-Ireland Cup recently with Galway. Tanya Oxtoby, her eyes are on the playoffs now. Well, let's hope that Burns is okay. Harvey Clifford and Perry, the backup goalkeepers. Harvey Clifford of Crusaders strikers, Perry of Montrose women. Compared to Burns, Burns has 52 caps as it is now. The other two goalkeepers between them have 9, which will tell you how important Burns is and how consistent she is.
Yes, I think, well, the return of Jackie Burns was something that's kind of Tanya Oxtoby look forward to getting her back into the squad after the Achilles rupture, so I think they want to look after her and protect her and make sure that she doesn't re-injure that.
There's a man on the bench who knows all about goalkeeping at the highest level. Roy Carroll. Played at Manchester United. It doesn't get much bigger than that. Played there while Sir Alex Ferguson was still there.
Yeah, it's a position that Northern Ireland just seem to produce absolute superstars from.
That's true. The great Pat Jennings, of course. Here's Wade. A statue unveiled to him recently in Newry. You don't get a statue built in your honour unless you did something very spectacular, and I think Jennings' whole career was that.
Yeah, you wonder, does he have bigger hands than Michael Jordan?
Ball breaks kindly for the Bosnian defence. And that's intercepted. Now, can she get it under control? That's not a foul. Referee says that's okay. McKenna, that is a foul. That is a free kick. And it looks like a sore one for McKenna. Just a lunging, desperate tackle by Cool. That's a tackle of frustration, isn't it?
Yeah, Bosnia are just getting frustrated. You can see it in the last sort of 5-10 minutes. They're just putting in the late challenges and just can't get a grip of the ball and try and affect the play up top.
Here's the man we just mentioned.
It's great to see some male senior international players, Aaron Hughes beside him as well, you know, getting back into the Northern Ireland, even into the women's game. You know, there's no better players to get experience from.
I think Hughes has about 1 million caps, doesn't he?
I think Steve Davis is still the most cap player, but he's definitely up there.
Andrews teeing this one up. This is one from the training ground. Howe's cross. Doesn't quite work out how they intended. Even at 2-0 up with a minute to go, Howe looks frustrated that didn't quite work out. It tells you all you need to know about her attitude. She's a winner, isn't she?
Yeah, she'll be disappointed with that. I think she sets high standards and she works hard on and off the pitch, and you know, I think she's getting her just rewards, especially in the last sort of 2 or 3 games for Northern Ireland. She's really starting to show her qualities.
They did win the corner out of it. Holloway's corner. Bosnia don't get it clear, and they do on the second attempt. Andrews going after trying to get back in, but that's just up and away by Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Kuhl runs onto it, but getting back is how. Here's that ambition we talked about and that drive. I imagine the lactic acid is beginning to hit now. She might have picked up a knock as well. It's just her second competitive start, the first on Friday night. And that will trickle back to Burns.
Casey Howe down again.
I think it's fair to say she's earned a rest. I'm sure anyone watching on from Athlone Town will be hoping she's not injured or out for the next game. She's been such an integral part of their season, and of course this journey for Northern Ireland, the next part of that journey to come.
This will probably be a direct swap. Emily Wilson plays out in the right, and I think that'll be Casey Howe's night done. But a great shift by her.
And again, I don't know her, but I just can tell by the look of her she'll be disappointed not to have completed the full 90. Granted, she'll be delighted that the team have got the victory that they craved, that they wanted.
Yeah, I think setting up Jolie Andrews, she'll be happy enough that she's contributed tonight.
She certainly has done that, and Van Toren's Emily Wilson coming in for her 25th cap. She was only 16 years and 186 days old when she made her debut. That was against Kazakhstan back in February of 2018. Generally tends to come off the bench. That's now 16 of 25 appearances for her country as a sub.
It's interesting that Tanya Oxby's continuing to go with the youth and give them those experiences.
It's cleared. They'll be desperate to keep a clean sheet here. And they catch a break, that's offside. And the opportunity was missed anyway. Burns. I think the pleasing thing is the two goals were quite well constructed as well.
Yeah, it was great play by Northern Ireland. I think obviously Jolie Andrews making that forward run from midfield, and then keeping a clean sheet as well is important for Northern Ireland. That's two back-to-back clean sheets for Northern Ireland, and so I think there's plenty of positives to take from it.
Having lost heavily to Portugal away in Portugal, to actually turn it around, and okay, granted it was a loss, but to only concede 2 against a top class opposition like that was also a bit of a bonus. So in the last 3 games defensively, you'd say that there has been an improvement.
No, definitely. Obviously Portugal are a great side and probably favourites going into both of those games, but I think Northern Ireland can take confidence, and obviously they've looked to go around the squad, and they've given plenty of players minutes within this campaign, and I think from Tanya's perspective, she's built into it, and she is starting to understand her players, and I think there's definitely positives for Northern Ireland going forward.
50 seconds left. Can they get a third? Well, the fans who have come tonight have seen a decent performance, not a perfect one, but a decent one. A winning performance, and that's really all that matters. Partlet flicked away. Andrews hooks it down the park. Andrews in the way of it again. Look at those energy levels, even this late in the game. Beattie couldn't quite get to the end of that. Has had some chances this evening, Beattie, but her work rate has been very impressive. Defending to do here. And again, Burns is there. Burns. Wade wanted it to fall her way. Wilson was in there as well, I think. McKenna. McKenna wins the throw-in.
I should be in no rush to take this.
No.
Just run the clock down.
McKenna. That's a push in the back and a free kick. Wilson just getting in the way. I'm sure even if she felt the lightest of contact, she would have gone down there. Was the clever thing to do. Here's McKenna. Could be the last kick of the game. Wilson on the chase. Well done, Wilson. Tries to get it to Andrews. Andrews goes down in the box. No free, no penalty, says the referee. And that's the full-time whistle. Northern Ireland have done what they came to do, and that is get the victory to secure second position. Does that mean a slightly easier route to the Euros? Well, we're not sure. That will become clear in the next few minutes when the other results come in. The draw will be made in Friday. Even before tonight, we knew Northern Ireland would be in it, but maybe now they're in it in a better position. Northern Ireland 2, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. Ashley.
Yeah, great team performance. See Lauren Wade in the shot, one of the goal scorers, and Jolie Andrews. But I think collectively, you know, there's some great performances from Rebecca McKenna, Brenna McPartland too. You know, I think that was just a solid performance all round from Northern Ireland, and I think we can take positives, and we'll look forward to Friday's draw.
Well, 2 games to get through to get to the Euros. Two round encounters. And Tanya Axteby will be glad that they're there, and will be really pleased with how her team played in the second half, creating 2 really good opportunities for those goals. There was a touch of luck about the first one on, well, more than a touch of luck about the first one on Friday night, and they kind of kicked on from there. It wasn't a particularly convincing display, but they got the win. Here it was a lot better, and they created the opportunities and created the goals themselves.
Yeah, you can just see they were team goals. It wasn't just an individual bit of brilliance, and I think that's important, that they are starting to gel and they are starting to connect, and you know, their phases of play and stuff, you know, that's, you just see that whatever they're doing on the training ground is starting to come out on the pitch.
Well, it's one of those evenings when we refer to the highlights as actual highlights, as high points of the game. How caused them problems all evening with their running and bringing the ball off the left. Andrews with her tough tackling. Halliday not far away. These chances from the first half. It was scoreless at the break, but Northern Ireland did have chances, and some good ones as well. But Bosnia and Herzegovina got in behind on a couple of occasions. McKenna getting the block on here. Just getting in here, and Rafferty narrowed the angle, and Ekic couldn't keep her shot. Well, she actually probably could keep the shot on target, but Rafferty got in the way of it. Howe again a threat, a really decent cross, and this one tipped away by the goalkeeper. Maxwell heading it down, just got away from Beattie. Keeper had to deal with that. Burns getting away with this. If that was David Beckham, it felt as she was in trouble.
Or Wayne Rooney.
No, that's very true. You a United fan?
I am,
That makes
unfortunately.
sense. Andrews, not sure who she supports, but she almost scored there. She didn't have too much longer to wait, but it almost happened at that moment. How? It's always good when you've got players who can kind of open it up and find gaps, and she did that. Holloway's shot was parried out. No one was there to Jerry Armstrong at home. This is the start of the second half, and what a start it was. Howe carried, squared, and gave to Andrews, who finished well. It was a wonderful move, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. Casey Howe done really well. And literally put it on a plate for Julie Andrews, and it just shows the quality that the young players have.
Look at what it means to them. Bosnia did have the chance to equalise, but Burns did well, stayed cool. Kapitanovic attempting the shot, the half volley, but didn't get enough on it. Great work here from Holloway. Bundled over, but got it kind of inside that defensive area. And Halliday stole it back, tried to pull it back for Beattie, but keeper got in the way of it. A slight bit of luck that the ball came to Wade, but she still had an awful lot of work to do, and that's an excellent finish. And from there it looked very good, but the visitors did have some chances. Tried to find a route back into this game, but Burns and the defence ensure that that didn't happen. So there's Lauren Wade, who scored the second goal, making time for the young supporters, the young fans, of which she has many, and even more after tonight, Ashley.
Yeah, it's important that the players give back, and the fans that come out to support them, and you can see them all signing jerseys and programmes, and they're the future stars in Northern Ireland, and it's important that they encourage them and get behind the girls.
You can see the sign there, Rebecca McKenna, it's my birthday, can I have your jersey? Well, I'm not sure who's holding up that sign, but I wish them a happy birthday. Beattie didn't score tonight. Strikers always want to score, but she worked incredibly hard and played incredibly well.
Yeah, she worked every blade of grass, and she's just showing her qualities, and obviously about to hit the Scottish League again for Hearts, so we wish her well, and hopefully she can score goals in Scotland.
Well, Bosnian Hearts broken tonight. It's a good night for Northern Ireland and Tanya Oxtoby. Check out the social media channels of BBC Sport NI for reaction to this game, including the highlights and interviews. It's a good evening for Northern Ireland. They were already through to the playoffs before tonight, but maybe now they've given themselves a better chance. The final score, Northern Ireland 2, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0.